Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you for joining me once again for another Figurant Order diary entry here. And we are coming in with the very last servant that we are going to be looking for in terms of these event servants there that are coming up for Mystic Eyes Symphony, which I don't even know how far in I've gone just because of how lengthy the event is. But here she is. Good old Huyan Zhuo, coming in from what I believe is the previous Halloween event, and she was very kind in the last one there. I ended up getting 4 copies of her, and then 1 copy of Huang Feihu. So 4 5-stars and 1 4-star. You know, just the absolute look that you're looking for in every single one that you do, especially with Huang being in the main gacha. So eventually we'll get him, as we had seen prior. But this time around, we're looking to see maybe if we can get 1 last copy of Huyan Zhuo, just so that we can finish her up and get our MP5 on her. So when we're able to, starting off with our one-shot there, just to see if maybe, just maybe, something can happen. This time, no. We did have it pop up with that Draco, so, you know, that's why we always take a look at it. And if you hadn't noticed before, we had started off with 3, 4, 5, so hopefully that's a little bit of just a, what would you call it there? A lucky number. I guess technically I could go in, trade 7 of the fragments in to have 1 more in, and we'd have 1, 2 fragments, and then 3, 4, 5 currently for St. Quartz, but I think that's a little bit too much work for what we're trying to do. So we're just going to go right into the multis here, and big thing is we're pretty good on all of the craft essences, mostly because I've gotten far enough into the event where I've started to get the ones that give you the 100% bond, and it's just like, I'd rather do that rather than 100% damage just with the amount of damage my servants can already put through. So pretty much we are just looking either for the brand new craft essences that are in the main one there, or obviously looking for any servants. Now with Huang Feihu in the 4-star slot for our raid up there, there is the possibility of getting another one of him, which is nice because we got an extra one of him, so there's 2. But really we're going to end when we get our 5-star in, because, you know, like we said before, Huyan Zhuo, she is limited, but Huang Feihu is not. So we're gonna do things as we are, and besides, Huang is a single target rider, and there's ones that do it a lot better than him, especially ones that are older, including one of my favorite servants, the man himself, Ramses II, Ozymandias, and having a multi-hitting assassin is something that we haven't had very much. But we're starting off with our first servant, and surprisingly it is a saber, so neither of the ones that we're looking for, and just turning up to be a little Suzuka Gozen, little high school girl trying to be a shrine Miko. But you know, Gyaru on top of that there, so, you know, the shrine maiden high school Gyaru. She's trying to hit all of the subjects there. But overall, nothing super major here. So we are just going to skip over that little Suzuka Gozen and go right into our next loop here, seeing if this multi might be able to provide us with a little something something. Maybe because Huyan Zhuo showed up so frequently last time, now she's just like, you know, we'll be okay. But I'm hoping that with her tenacity of showing up in Chaldea, that she will show up. Who knows? This one could be her. Rider, okay, well, like we said, there we go. We're going to take a little Huang in there just so that we can get our third copy. Oh, golden lights, and it happened really, really quickly, so it's already loaded up, so we know it's going to be a second Huang. So now that's going to be MP4 Huang. Maybe they want to show up there and just MP5 both together at the very end. And honestly, I dig it. They're getting two servants, MP5 together, would be quite nice. Getting one more of that 5-star. Should be all set on that one there, so quite a lot of hits in that one there. So not gonna be too not that bad about it there. 2 4-stars, but they're both ones that we need there. I believe that Wang Peihu is currently the only normal gacha 4-star that we are looking for. So when we do get essentially the next copy now, all that's going to be left is, I believe, Kriemhild, who is a story servant, and I believe it's 3 or 4 event servants that have come around, but they have future events where they are right up. So I am hoping that fairly soon I'm going to be in a position where I can have 4-star and below are all MP5 there. Though there are going to be new new 4-star servants that will be coming out, but hopefully in the process of getting the 5-stars there, that they'll show up. Thought that we had skipped, but I guess we were just getting lucky in the what was showing up. All right. A little bit of nothing there. A little bit of nothing burger. As we said, we're just looking for 1 5-star and 1 4-star now. That was just an archer, so I didn't mind skipping over it there. We're getting up a servant. Who's it going to be? Caster? We don't care about casters here. Good old nursery rhyme. Probably one of the servants that I have gotten the most of. Going into a gold spin. Are we gonna get Huang here? It's looking good. Alrighty, so there we go. MP5 on Huang. Again, very surprising with Huyan Zhuo being at MP4 already and Huang being at that MP1. But MP2 during this event and finishing that off right here. So now all we need is that MP5 for Huyan Zhuo. We don't need another ending, unless that other ending involves us getting our 5-star here at the very end. That would be nice. Nope, just finishing it up. So we will keep on going. We've got a few more remaining to try to summon her. And just a rider that doesn't really mean anything. So little Alexander. Some Maya with her SMG. And it looks like we're getting another servant here. Got my fingers crossed. It's another rider, so probably Huang. Yep. Okay. So ended up getting 4 copies of him now before getting the 1 copy of Huyan Zhuo. Maybe that is the catalyst there. We had to get 4 of him before her last copy. Maybe that's the grand number because of it there. Or maybe even we have to get a full MP5 copy of him before we can get Huyan Zhuo. I don't know the rules of this. But there's the gold spin there. We're hoping for Assassin, but it's probably going to be Rider. Yep. There he is again. So we got the MP5 of him just from the pulls, which is what I would have expected from the original event. So, a bit shocking there that it turned out to be the other way. Okay, nothing in that one. So the only good thing about having so many extra copies of Huang Fei Hu here is that a little bit of Prisma's Cosmos, okay, is that we'll be able to use coins to level up some of his extra skills there, just in case we want to do so. We are looking at a little nothing here, nothing there. Uh-oh. Last one of this. I wasn't expecting her to be playing this hard to get. Oh, I accidentally double skipped there, but one more 5-star. 5-star craft distances have not been showing up quite as much, but getting one more servant here. So is this gonna be her? Oh. Oh my goodness, she is showing up in the last multi. Not the last multi for pity, because, you know, we just started up there, but to think that she was in the last one. Sometimes it's just comedic how that happens there. So getting 2 of the 5 stars there, and getting our little Huyan Zhuo there. She's really cool. Also just the color scheme with the little bit of that bright green accent just kind of gives her a bit more of a coolness factor. She's got absolutely 0 Riz though, so, you know, she is definitely a comedic character, but it is absolutely great to be seeing her show up here at the very end, so that, you know, we don't have to go super far in depth for her like some people there. Not talking about anyone. Oh, excuse me, I had something in my throat there. Tiamat. Oh my goodness, like I should probably get that checked out. But good to have her in the Chaldea all finished up there, so I don't have to worry about any future versions of her. Thank you for coming in for this diary entry, and I'm wishing you to have the same good luck there. You know, hope that whatever you are up to, whether it's a project that you're working on, something at work, or just anything in general that's going on, wish you a lot of luck coming up here. I hope that you'll come back next time, and until then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later.